This week we've watched as the DNC worked to humanize Hillary Clinton. Tonight all eyes were on Chelsea Clinton, the daughter many of us watched grow up in the Clinton White House in the 90s. Thursday night Chelsea spoke about her mother and about the impact she has had on her family.
It is such an honor for me to be here tonight. I'm here as a proud American, a proud Democrat, a proud mother, and tonight in particular, a very, very proud daughter. Mark and I can't quite believe it, but our daughter Charlotte is nearly 2 years old. She loves Elmo. She loves blueberries. And above all, she loves FaceTiming with Grandma. My mom can be about to walk on stage for a debate or a speech, and it just doesn't matter. She'll drop everything for a few minutes of blowing kisses and reading Chugga Chugga Choo Choo with her granddaughter. I'm voting for a fighter who never, ever gives up, and who believes that we can always do better when we come together and we work together. I hope that my children will someday be as proud of me as I am of my mom. I am so grateful to be her daughter. I'm so grateful that she is Charlotte and Aiden's grandmother. She makes me proud every single day. And Mom, Grandma would be so, so proud of you tonight. To everyone watching here and at home, I know with all my heart that my mother will make us proud as our next president.
Chelsea Clinton there sharing a bit of the personal side of her mother with the audience here at the Democratic Convention. Major Garrett, let me ask you first. This is an interesting time that we're in where you have daughters. We haven't seen this situation before in the same election cycle introducing their parents as candidates. It's an interesting dynamic, especially when you consider that these two are apparently friendly, Ivanka and Chelsea.
And Chelsea, right. And there was a time when the Clintons and the Trumps were friendly. That came up during the primaries a lot. A lot of Republicans tried to make that a huge issue against Donald Trump unsuccessfully. Setting that aside for a second, it is a part of the maturation of our politics. Not completely mature, but a maturation where women are accepted in politics. That was 20 or 30 years ago. Now their daughters are accepted, or daughters speaking on behalf of politicians in generally are accepted. So a daughter involved in professional life, something we would not have seen across the board 30 or 40 years ago, A, is accepted. B, they can be a validator, not just of someone's parenting skills, but of their ability to lead the most powerful country in the world, because they know something about politics, because they're in on the conversations, because they've seen their parents deal and wrestle with big, complex problems. In Trump's case, that's a big business. In Chelsea's case, that's at the White House, a career in the Senate, and a career as Secretary of State. So they're now viewed as validators. They're legitimate voices explaining the presidency of the United States to the country.
And
a different thing.
Yeah, I think people, first of all, there were two turns of phrase that I thought were very nice in her speech when she said that she described herself as smiled on by fate. But the other thing I thought was interesting when she talked about her mother, and she said that she saw her mother, you know, when she fell down and when she was bruised, and I didn't know where she was going to go with that. And then she said 1994 and the health care situation. And I thought that was interesting because all through the week, I didn't expect it. There was a lot of talk about the health care plan that fell apart. And Hillary Clinton herself used the word failed to describe it. But it's interesting how it's become sort of part of the narrative of how indefatigable and tireless she is. Because at the time, it wasn't viewed entirely as simply a valiant effort that failed, right? She cut the AMA out of it, and she, and then she was accused of being really secretive.
Right, secretive and not very politically shrewd.
Right.
And misreading the moment, misreading the policy, misreading the politics. But the interesting thing about that, Mo, going back to that as a defeat, attaches her to Obama as someone who got it right and who did it.
Right, and Chip also.
And all of that gives her a way of saying, hey, someone came after me, who defeated me, who did get it done. And by implication saying that's okay, I'm all right with that.
We may not live to see the glory, but somebody else
but
will.
I'll move on from there. So it's taking a defeat, putting it in the context of a victory for another political figure, and then moving on forward and being comfortable with that.
Right.
And that's a formulation of that aspect of her life we've never seen before.